last week we were adding and subtracting fractions, right? We were multiplying and dividing fractions, right? So if I were to do 1/2 times 3/4, how would you multiply those? That's division. You just multiply straight across, right? So you would get what?
3/8.
Okay. What if we also did division? What if I were dividing those? That would be keep, change, flip. Keep the 1/2, change division, multiplication, and flip it, right? Are y'all okay? Can't find your notes? Last week. I have several extras, so you may not have been here. We're on that second page. Alright, so guys, today we're going to add and subtract. So if I were going to add 1/2 and 3/4, or if I were going to subtract 1/2 and 3/4, how do you do that? Common what? Denominator. What's the common denominator between 2 and 4?
2.
4. Okay, this one's already 4, but what do I have to do to this one to make it 4? And if you do it to the bottom? Okay, so is that a good elementary level reminder about how to add and subtract fractions?
Yes.
Alright, Blake, you with me?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Same exact thing, but now we're going to do it with expressions. So this can be factored, and this can be factored, just like they could last week, okay? So how would we factor 3x minus 15? Do what? So I'm going to factor out a what? What do they have in common? A 3. 3 is the GCF, okay? Alright, so if I take out a 3 from 3x, what's left? X minus 15 divided by 3 is 5. Very good. You with me, Tyler? Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
Alright, and what's the other one? 6. Very good. So if I take out a 6, what's left there? X minus 5. There you go. Okay, and we're just going to leave the tops alone. Okay, so what do you notice? All I'm worried about is the denominators right here. What do you notice about 3 and 6? What's the GCF? What's the common thing between them? 3. And so if I wanted to get the least common denominator, what would be the least common denominator? 6. This one's already 6. How do I make this one 6? Times 2, and if you do it to the bottom? But here's the deal, guys. If you do the top by 2, you have to use parentheses. Right, Blake? Alright, so what's 2 times 3? 6. Alright, distribute that 2 on the top, and what do I get?
2x plus 20.
Yep. And then this one is 6x minus 5. Okay, now that the bottoms are exactly the same, what can you do to the numerators?
Subtract.
You can subtract them. So what am I going to subtract on the numerators?
2 minus x is 3 minus, or 2 minus.
2 minus 3 is how much? Negative 1x. Alright, now be careful here. 20 minus negative 15. How much is that? Positive or negative? Positive.
Changes to.
Yep, 2 negatives make a positive. And then you just keep the denominator. Are y'all okay with that? Alright, let's try another one. Alright, so I'm adding. In order to add, they have to have the same denominator. What do I need to do to this denominator first? You got to factor it. How do I factor when it has 3 terms? Factors of 18 that add or subtract to be 9. Leslie, very good. What are the factors of 18?
1 and 18.
Yep.
2 and 9.
Yep.
3 and 6.
All right, which one adds or subtracts to be 9?
3 and 6.
How?
3 plus 6.
Very good. All right, can I do anything to this denominator? Two terms. You look for a GCF. Does it have a GCF besides 1? Nope. All right, so what do they both have?
X plus 6.
They both have an x plus 6. So what is one of them missing?
The X plus 3.
All right, so this one's got the x plus 3. So if I do it to the bottom, I got to do it to the top.
And then they cross out.
Do they have, no, because then it'll give you the same thing you started with.
No,
All right, do they have, no, because it'll give you the same thing you started with when you do that. Do they have the exact same denominators now? Yes, but they're in a little different order, but they're the same. All right, so here we go. So we have 4x and x plus 3x plus 6. Okay, what can I do to this one? There you go. Distribute that 5. So I get 5x plus 15. And since they have the same denominator, what can you do to the numerators? Add them. So what are you going to get? 9x plus 15 and x plus 3, x plus 6. Y'all okay? Pretty easy? All right, let's do one more. All right, here we go. All right, what do you see? You're adding. So when you're adding, what has to happen? What has to happen to two fractions when you're adding?
How does two fractions when you add?
Uh-huh.
So we have to have the same denominator?
Thank you, Blake. They have to have the same denominator. So what do I have to do to make these the same first? Factor which one? The second one. It has 3 terms, so what do you do? All right, what if 27? Uh-huh. Yep. Okay, which one gives you, huh?
Oh, isn't it just
9 equals 12.
Well, I need negative 12.
-9.
Negative 9 and negative 12. There you go. So bring the first one down. And then y'all said negative 9 and negative 3. All right, so in order to add, they have to be the same denominator. What do I have to do to make them the same? Say that again. Y minus 9 here is what you, okay. So if I do it to the bottom, yep. Okay, so now what can I do? Yeah. Do what, Allie? Distribute the 8. So it'd be 8y minus 72 over y minus 9, y minus 3. Golly, as soon as you shut the door, it said me. Okay, what can I do now? Tyler, wake up. Add what? There you go. What are you going to add in numerators? 8y plus 2y is 10y. What else you see? And how much is that? How much? 77. Yep. And then you just bring the bottom down. It is pretty easy. Y'all okay?
Yes.
All right, let me see what the back looks like. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So flip to the next page. This page right here where it says 8-2 study guide kind of a thing. And we're going to do those 6 problems at the bottom. except for number 3. You can mark out 3
Yeah, you get 3.
and 6. 3 and 6. Alright, so you got 4 problems. You got 30 minutes. It's due at the end of class. When you finish with it, put it in the tray. It's due at the end of class.